Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this January the 19th on a rainy day in Memphis with the prediction of maybe some white stuff tonight. And it is third Saturday, which means that Guy Trebo has swung by just to make sure that we get the website information correct. He's taking notes. He's taking notes over there to go to lroutdoors.com, see the guest list, listen to past shows. I guarantee you that is your information spot in the Mid-South for anything outdoors as far as news, as far as videos, whatever it might be, and Guy does a great job on that. And then, of course, third Saturday means that Frank Barton has slipped in from, I don't know where you'll be today. Are you going to the duck blind after you leave here?
No, I'm going to go tomorrow.
You going tomorrow?
I'm going to let the rain move out and let the cold weather come in and go tomorrow.
See what it's like.
You bet.
Okay, and so
I'm going to be at Barton Power Sports on Mount Moriah.
There you go.
As soon as we get done.
Indian Motorcycles.
And
Barton Power Sports has a great sign sitting up on Whitten Road if you have a chance to drive by it, which I do on the way to church every day, and it's overwhelming. You know, it's the biggest Barton lettering I've ever seen. I don't know what the font is on that, but appreciate Frank being here with us, talking a little duck hunting. A longtime friend of mine, been an outdoor person about as long as I have, and two old guys get together, and we might reminisce a little bit. We might go overtime, so we got to watch ourselves here. And he has come back with a book that I think is very interesting for all of us that love the outdoors and love storytelling. This guy can tell stories. I used to get in trouble for telling stories, but this guy makes his living telling stories, and that's my good friend Ken Cook. Good morning, Ken.
Morning, Larry.
Everything all right down there in Georgia?
Everything is just fine. It's our weather is a little bit like yours, I think, up in Memphis area.
Well, I know that. That's why it's a good day to maybe just get by the fireplace and pick up a good book to read. And Ken's come up, and when I got to ask you, Ken, this book it's called Return to Wild Country. Tell our listeners the format, because I think it's kind of cool that you decided to do these snippet-like things in 284 pages, 65 stories. How difficult was that to put together?
Well, I'll give you a little background on how my books get started. They start out as outdoor newspaper columns, and I write two outdoor columns for newspapers every month. And so over a 2 to 3 year period, I will have accumulated
I'm with you on that.
Quite a few stories. And then I go through each of them, weed them out, pick out what I think is the best and most readable, and then I organize them into a book. And that's essentially what I did with this book. And these are about 600-word stories, essays, if you want to say. 600 words each, and that'll equal about 2 or 3 pages. So they're easy read. You can put it down, pick it up, go somewhere else in there, because it covers a pretty wide expanse of subject matter.
And you've got some unusual subject matter.
That's how the books become books.
Well, how did you organize them like this? Because I mean, when you're talking about Jimmy Carter, Johnny Morris, some of these guys like this,
that's right.
You know, and I know the monologue by Eric Dinger of Power Hook, Powder Hook, that we know a lot about. Tell me how you arranged them.
Well, I do. I've kind of organized them in categories. I enjoy writing and telling stories about people. Pro sportsmen, outdoorsmen. And those are, just little short stories. And over the course of 2 or 3 years, I've been able to interview President Carter. I have a famous neighbor here who played for the Cubs and the Dodgers for 10 years.
Really? Who's that?
And
who is that?
You mentioned Eric Dinger, and that's, to me, was the most telling story to an anti-hunter that I've ever read. So I asked him for permission to preprint it, and he willingly did that. And then I've got 16 chapters here on people.
On people.
Okay. Even I have an interview with Guy Harvey.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Jack Wingate, so forth and so forth. Then from there, I'll go in and have a category of women in the outdoors. Then I go into American wild turkey stories and fishing stories, bobwhite quail stories, squirrels and rabbits.
And you even got
warning doves,
recipes.
Reaching out to others. I believe very strongly in mentoring.
Yes, you do.
Youngsters. Yeah. And I have a section on conservation, hiking and canoeing, black bears. And then I decided this year, this is my second book of this type. Decided this year to add some recipes, wild game recipes.
I saw that. That's what I was interested in, those, because you're talking about drunken duck bites, okay? That always goes. How about some Sneed's fairy fish stew? I can't even say that fast enough. But and so you asked Elaine Harville to help you with this and put this together?
Yes, I had worked with Elaine for quite a few years. She retired. She was the home economist. She used to run the National Broiler Council chicken cook-off. And so I asked her to put me a section together with wild game recipes, and she's from Eastern North Carolina, so she had a big family connections, and she got in everybody's recipe box and pulled out some really good, unusual, old-timey recipes.
Well, that adds a lot to it. And again, we're talking to Ken Cook. I could say he's a veteran outdoor writer like myself. Has a new book called Return to Wild Country. And I've got to ask you, Ken, how old are you?
I am 77 years old.
Oh, yeah. It makes me feel good. I'm 75. The two of us, we're getting on up there. So challenges in life, and I know we're both members of CEOPA and everything like that.
Yep.
What keeps you going?
Well, I'm from a family of farmers and workaholics.
Okay.
And, when I spent about 35 to 40 years in advertising and marketing, and then I just got tired of it and said, but I wasn't ready to hang up my shoes, So I had journalism experience.
Yes.
Credentials. I had a communications degree from University of Illinois. And so I said, I'm just going to see if I can't refigure myself as an freelance outdoor writer, and that's how it all came about. I just love what I'm doing.
Well, I know that. I've got to ask you this also. 65 true outdoor stories. True is what I really like. I'm not a fiction person and made up stories. I love to read something that's true to life.
Yep.
What was it like interviewing President Carter? I mean, you're in Georgia. He's a Georgia man, so
yeah, that's right.
Talk a little bit about that.
I'll try to give you the short version, but he, unknown to a lot of people, was a great fisherman and a hunter. And his wife is also a great, great fisherman, fly fisherman. And so I belong to the Georgia Outdoor Writers Association, and we elected to induct him into our Hall of Fame. Yeah, Georgia Outdoor Sports Hall of Fame. And so he willingly accepted, and we corralled him over in his office in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and he is the most charming guy you'll ever meet, and he was telling more stories.
I bet he's got
outdoor
some
stories.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot of humor to him. And so that was a ceremony, really. But we all got to ask him questions and sign books and that kind of thing. So he was just one of the most pleasant celebrities that I think I've ever
He's one of those guys, Ken, that will probably call us son, or a boy,
right.
At our age and everything. Well, tell our listeners before we let you go how to get this book. What's where can they get it?
Okay, it is available on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And it's also available on Barnes & Noble books. And there's going to be an ebook version. Now, the soft cover sells for about $16.95.
Oh, okay.
That's how it'll be listed.
Okay.
And then there will be an ebook version available on Apple iBooks.
Good.
For $3.95, and I think it's already been listed.
Well, you guys
at that source.
Yeah, just Google Ken Cook and Return to Wild Country. You can find it. Ken, thank you, buddy, for taking time to be with us. Always good to talk to you, folks. If you're looking for a book to take into deer stand or wherever, and things don't go what you want to do, just sit back by the fire during a snowstorm. It's the book to do. Ken, thank you, buddy. Have a great one, okay?
Thank you, Larry.
Appreciate it.
Talking to
All right,
you.
buddy. God bless you. All right. All right, let's take a break. Come back. He is an interesting man. If you Google Ken Cook, 77 years old. He's kind of like somebody else I know that doesn't want to stop. You know any people like that?
I have a few.
Yeah.
I know a few.
Yeah. You know me?
You haven't stopped ever.
I'm not sure when I started. Now, how can I stop? Yeah. There we go. That was my heartbeat right there. All right. Be right back. Going out west to talk to the man with buck knives, C.J. Buck himself. Be right back.